Hey everyone, it's Megan and welcome back to my channel. So today we will be talking about some of the shows that I used to watch but ended up stop watching in the end. So shows I will be talking about are Smallville, 90210, Castle, Once Upon a Time, Law and Order SVU, and then the other two are Pretty Little Liars and Grey's Anatomy. Now, Grey's Anatomy, I didn't actually watch the entire series, but I did watch some of the like first couple of episodes in in season one, and it just ended up becoming a little bit too much drama for me. And then I watched episodes here and there, and depending on what they are, like the two-parter where the guy came in shooting people. I did watch that episode. The musical episode I watched, and the What If episode I watched. So it's like I watched things like that. I definitely did watch a few others, but I can't remember them. But the show just was way too much drama and not enough medical for me, at least. So I kind of don't watch it, and I don't plan to watch it. Those who enjoy it. But it's just one of those shows that I'm like, I'm done. Can it just end finally? That's just me. Pretty Little Liars is another one. I watched it from beginning to season 6. After they revealed the second A, I kind of was like, nope, I'm done. But then they announced that it was going to be the final season, so it was like, well, fine, I'm gonna watch it. I did skip. Yeah, I did skip. So it was when Allie ended up coming back. So I did end up skipping in there, and then I caught the end of one part, and I stopped watching again, and then they revealed who the second A was, and I was so pissed off. And I was like, nope, I'm not watching this. And like I said, um, announced it was going to be the final season, so I was like, fine, I'll watch, see what happens. And part of me wishes I didn't watch at all because, once again, it was horrible. At least for me, it was. It just. The show started out so good and then just went downhill so fast, and just makes me upset as a fan because I had such high hopes for the show. I definitely recommend the book series because it's probably so much better. And there will be videos on Pretty Little Liars that I will talk more in depth about this. So when it comes to Law and Order SVU, I started watching it around season 10. I got into it and then watched on and off from there. And then when Christopher Melini slash Elliot Stabler ended up leaving, I kept watching because Kelly Giddish and Danny Pino joined, and I adore. I said this a lot about him, but I adore Danny Pino. So getting to see him on the show was great. But as soon as he left the show, kind of, as I'd like to say it, it's like my rose-colored glasses kind of came off, and I kind of saw what some of the fans who were pissed off about when it came to Elliot Stabler leaving and some of the things that have happened. I kind of started to understand why they were pissed off and what pissed them off. So it kind of made me not really want to watch the show as much anymore. And every so often I do catch a episode here and there, but it also ended up being up against another show that I watched, so that became an issue too. So that's another reason why I stopped watching it. So the next show is Castle. I loved the show when it started. Like, absolutely loved this show. It was great. Nathan Fillion was fantastic. He played the role so well. And you got Stana Katic, who played opposite Nathan. Great. But somewhere after somewhere after Castle and Beckett got together, it, for me, just kind of like had a little bit too soapy and not enough drama. And I ended up really kind of stopped watching it after Castle got into like the car accident, the wedding. Just kind of was like a little off for me, and it lost something along the way, and it made me really sad because it was such a really great show, and I never really got to see like the last seasons. But I know there are still so many fans out there, but for me, it just I lost something. So the next show is Once Upon a Time. This show was actually really great to start. It was like something new, something different, and it, really got you going like, oh, what's going to happen next? And then they introduced the character of Neil in the second season, only to kill him off a couple seasons later, and that annoyed me because they really only did that so that way they could make way for Emma Swan, and Captain Hook, and sorry, not a Emma Swan and Captain Hook fan at all. I was 100% behind Neil and Emma getting back together and being a family with Henry. But so I'm not gonna lie that once they killed off Neil, I kind of lost interest with the show and stopped watching altogether. And I know some people will say, well, if you're only watching it for one character, then why are you watching it to begin with? I wasn't watching it for just one character. I just happened to not like where they were going with the show once they killed off this particular one character. I was not happy that they killed off this one particular character. So that's really why I stopped watching it. It's not, considering the fact that he wasn't in the show when the series started. Technically, the character that he played was, but he personally wasn't him. And so it's just, for me, it just annoyed me, and I couldn't do it. So I gave up on the show. And honestly, from where it went to the, the actual finale, I'm actually kind of glad I gave up on the show because it doesn't look like anything better kind of happened. So sorry, fans, but yeah. And then these next two shows, Smallville and 90210. So here's how it's gonna go. When Smallville first aired, I actually watched the first 2 seasons of the show, and then come season 3, I kind of lost a little interest within the show, and to be honest with you, I can't remember why. But this was, I also have to remember, this was like 2003? 2002? Somewhere along that line, because the show started in 2001. Yeah, the show started in 2001, and so this was still on the WB, and I just kind of like lost a little interest within the show. And then when like Justin Hartley joined the show as Oliver Queen. I tried to, watch some episodes here and there, but I could never really get myself into watching it again. But last year, around this time, actually, I had this ingenious plan, and I'm like, I'm kind of into watching Smallville. Let me kind of watch it. So I started binge watching it, and then I started getting really into the series. And then I'm like, why did I ever stop watching this show? So I became a nice fan of the show, even though it's been years later. But it was a really good show. And I'm actually sorry that I stopped watching it. But, it is what it is. And I'm glad I got to watch it again. I did the same thing with 90210. I watched the first 2.5 seasons. I kind of stopped after in the middle of season 3. Again, why I do not know. I don't have an explanation to why I stopped watching it. I just did. And I think I watched a few episodes here and there of the next 2 seasons. I remember watching the series finale, but I never really watched the actual seasons fully. And then it's one day I just decided to binge watch it on Netflix. I'm like, okay, it's this was actually better than I thought it was. Now that you've watched it again, it was a little bit better. I mean, it's still drama and still craziness, and some of these things will never actually happen. But it was still something that was really kind of fun and just mindless entertainment, really. But it was good. So if you're ever in the mood to watch something kind of soapy and filled with drama, the 90210 spinoff, which is just 90210, it's actually really good. So I was going to talk about another show, but I think I'm going to leave that for another video because it's more related to a daytime show, so there's a little bit more that goes into that. So that will become another video. So that's all I have for you today. So if you watched any of these shows that I've talked about, comment down below. Maybe we can talk about it. Maybe did you watch them and stop watching them, or did you watch them as they aired? Also, are there any shows that you watched that you started watching and then stopped watching for some reason? Comment, let's chat down below. I do make fandom videos every Monday and Wednesday, and reaction videos will be posted on Friday. So, until next time, bye guys. I guess I just can't